That is all underwater. Here's my room.
One of the most tricky environments I've worked in, and I've worked in a lot of jungles before. Disgusting. That stinks.
One of the most difficult stories to film was in the jungles of northern Sumatra, where the filmmakers had the arduous task of setting up a studio on the side of a rainforested mountain. The problem with filming the Titanarum flower is that they only open up for a few days once every 10 years. And right in the middle of the rainy season. Up to a metre of rain is expected in the next 3 months.
So currently this is the first flower that's opening since the shoot has begun. And we are going to deploy at least 5 different cameras, 2 of which are not going to be moving. And then the other 2 are going to be kind of on sliders, and one's going to be overhead. This is basically because we're afraid that halfway through the flower opening, the camera might just fail due to either water or another fault. So we're going to have 2 safeties as a backup, basically.
The smell of the flower gets more and more pungent the closer it is to blooming. No stink yet. And coupled with the rain, it's unlikely to bloom tonight.
Better be worth it.
And so, time to go back to camp and grab some sleep. In the middle of the night, there's a rude awakening. The river next to the crew's accommodation has burst its banks.
The river level is rising. Myself and Owen, one of the fixers here, were looking at it thinking, this looks like it could get quite bad. And then we sort of checked some levels to see if it was getting any higher. Looked like it was getting higher, and then we just had to make a call to tail it and to started grabbing stuff.
That is all underwater. Here's my room.
All my personal stuff was strewn over the room. The cupboard had fallen over. We saved a lot of it.
Someone can take the iPad?
iPad? Yeah.
Yeah. And then some chargers? Yeah.
Still working.
The iPad is still on.
They're not mine. Chris, this is yours.
The crew must find new accommodation. But more importantly, the shoot itself is threatened.
Over behind us is the filming location. We have cameras out there, we have 2 guys out there, and we have 2 flowers that are ready to open either today or tomorrow, but we can't get to the filming site. We've lost power, we've lost electricity, and we've lost connection to the outside world, so yeah, not the most ideal situation to be in.
A day later, there's good news. The power is back on and the weather has settled.
Oh wow, the kit looks fine. So we just arrived at Site E, named after the flower E. We left 2 cameras, a slider, and a light here, and they seem to have withstood the flood.
Just a little bit of hair drying is required. And judging by the smell, blooming is imminent.
Just like rotting flesh or something like that.
All the flowers seem as if they're going to open within the next 2 days. The crew's problem is that they don't know which flower will be first.
The flower that we are trying to film, flower A, now looks like there might be something wrong with it, so it might actually be dying. So we're going to pull all this equipment out to put at the other flower, E, to try to get the opening.
But flower E seems to have other plans.
The flower's closed up slightly again, but flower E has closed up.
And it starts to become apparent the flowers are giving the crew the runaround.
But D will open.
D?
D. D now?
Wait, flower D. D, delta. It's a bit confusing. Oh, flower E, flower D, flower B, which one is that?
As the hours tick by,
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you repeat?
The team have no choice.
Any chance of some tarp down at E for the macro crane when you're available?
They're going to have to move the kit around the forest all night.
So annoying.
One of the most tricky environments I've worked in, and I've worked in a lot of jungles before.
Dude, why are these so tight? Disgusting. That stinks.
And finally, when they are at their most exasperated, their best chance yet.
Basically, we don't want to miss this one because everything that we've done so far would be pointless.
All right, let's extend the legs.
Yep.
Okay, dig your feet in.
Just as the probe is put into position, it's flower D that puts on the greatest show. After 72 hours on the trot, 12 changes of location,
Hey!
2 changes of accommodation,
Hey!
and tons of equipment carried around the rainforest,
I mean, that's really sick. That looks...
success.